Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet.
I'm just hoping to get through this game as quickly as possible. It's my least favorite assignment of the season.
You hate those guys?
Not particularly, but it's their PR director that I hate.
What's up? Is that a professional rivalry sort of thing or what?
No. We used to date.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, girl, you know I got you.
That's nice. Thanks, MP. But don't do anything you wouldn't normally do. I don't want to be the reason you play out of character.
Don't worry about it. I got this. And this time it's personal.
Those kicks, MP.
And there is a very engaging atmosphere of fans getting ramped up outside the arena. Hi, everybody. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Brian Anderson. With me, Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill. And reporting courtside, it's Allie LaForce. And a look now at a few years' worth of data. Some of the assist numbers under the microscope for Chris Paul.
And that decline in assist numbers over the last few years is what has made him more of a one-note player on offense. If he could integrate more passing back into his game, he'd be giving opposing defenses a much harder time.
Now the opening lineup for the Los Angeles Clippers. Powell and Kawhi in at the forward spots. Bogdanovich is out there with James Harden. And it's Eubanks in at the 5 spot. And for San Antonio, Sohan and Wemby are the bigs. De'Aaron Fox is out there with Castle. And it's Hart in at the 3. Well, Grant, this is not your average regular season game. These teams are fierce rivals.
Oh, yes, they are, B.A. I love playing in these type of games. I mean, the fans are extra loud. The players are fired up. This will be fun.
Here we go.
And it's going to be the Spurs off the tip. And we've heard from MP himself how much a rivalry game means to him. He knows the history of this franchise as well as any of the diehard fans.
I just love MP's competitiveness. Some people feel like rivalries aren't as important anymore, but he's gone the other route. He's looking to motivate his teammates any way he can. And that's why he's declared war on the opponents they have the most history with.
A quick start to the career of MP. Already at 2,000 points, Grant.
Yeah, MP is the fastest to 2,000 points in 40 years. Zion was on a similar path, so the future is so bright for him. Can't wait to see MP develop.
For the latest news on MP, let's hear from Allie LaForce on our sideline.
Hey, Brian, as we know, a rivalry game tonight, and MP knows this one means a little more. I asked him about it, and he said it's a special matchup. You can feel it. Everyone from the front office to the PR guys to the coaching staff to the players, everybody's hyper-focused on getting this win. And then he added, and don't forget about our great fans, we know you guys want this one. This W is for you.
Yeah, good stuff, Allie. Thank you. Buries it from 3.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Pass to Bogdanovich. Now here's Powell. He's covered by Hart. Knocked away from 10 feet away. The shot by Eubanks, no good.
And you don't see that every day. Usually he'll convert when he gets that close to the rim.
It's so interesting, Grant. Younger fans may not realize the Clippers had a lot of rough seasons early on.
Well, you know, B.A., that's one way to put it. You know, in their first 27 years in L.A., they only made the playoffs 4 times. But things have definitely changed. Owners have changed. And now they're postseason regulars in the league.
Leonard for 3. It's hauled in by Wembanyama.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Here's Hart. And he wills that one in, sinking it right through the back of the iron. Hart's got 9. And what an incredible achievement from MP recently. Grant, he turned in one of the most efficient games you will ever see.
Well, you talk about what it means to dominate. MP was the definition of that with his performance. Now, everything fell for him, and it looked like he was a man amongst boys.
6 to shoot. Oh, it's blocked by Wembanyama.
With his length and energy, Wembanyama has the ability to be a game-changing defender.
And it's time to take another look at that powerful block.
That'll put some fear into the shooters, and he made sure to do it early, too.
The Clippers got to hurry. Late clock here. Bogdanovich, no good. Spurs lead by 4. Pass to Castle. Hart from long range. Kawhi Leonard comes up with a rebound. Los Angeles has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Now Harden. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, Eubanks. No good. Had a chance to end the run there. For San Antonio, they've gone 4 of 6 in the first quarter. Pass to Castle. Here's Hart. And he buries that one. Back rim and in. He's got 11.
He's looked practically unstoppable this quarter. The defense, yeah, well, they haven't had many answers for him.
And Ty Lue has called a timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. So both teams changing it up here. And let's take a look at the power rankings and see how these teams compare across the league. Taking a look at the Clippers, they're building some momentum right now and aiming for a spot in the top 5.
Well, I think for San Antonio, they continue to look incredibly dangerous. The cohesion and teamwork they show on a nightly basis has a lot to do with that.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. Well, primetime in their last time out against the Pacers was simply terrific. He dropped 35 points, and they just couldn't stop him. Every time he let it go, you expected it to go in. He had his fingerprints on every part of the game. We'll see how he's able to impact things tonight, Brian.
Thanks, Allie. Absolutely. He was a one-man show in that one, Grant.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same mentality tonight.
And I'll be interested to see if the opposition looks to double him, because this should open up opportunities for his teammates to get going.
Here's Leonard after the basket by San Antonio. 6 on the shot clock. To stop the run. Rebound by San Antonio. Last time they met was right here, and they were able to come out with a win.
Yeah, last time out, they barely captured a win against this team, and it came down to some key turnovers. That's 3 buckets in a row off assist.
51 seconds left in the first quarter. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Eubanks with it, and Johnson picks him up defensively. Shot by Leonard, no good.
And to put things simply, this has not been his quarter.
Shot's good by Hart.
And another great assist. The offense is really clicking now.
Clippers trail by 12. And timeout called by Ty Lue. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. You know, after playing as a starter most of his career, Keldon Johnson showed he can act as a 6th man if needed, Richard.
Not every player can make that switch mentally. Johnson brings the same energy as a starter as he does to the second unit. It's a great attitude on that young man.
And a new group getting ready for the Clippers. Jones, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Miller comes in for Powell. James Harden, he's checked in for Bogdanovich. And it's Mills in for Eubanks. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Here's Harden. It's hauled in by Mamukelashvili. San Antonio leading by 12. Lets it go from 14. Hart can't hit.
See, that miss right there. It's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
They came out swinging, really setting the tone on offense, and the opposition has not.
Oh, it's good!
At the buzzer, that is how you finish it.
And just nails the 3. Way to close the quarter.
He knew exactly how he wanted to do it, too. There was no doubt in his mind that it was going to fall.
And so, the San Antonio Spurs, they lead by 11 as the quarter comes to a close. Just pounding the painted area. That's helped him build an advantage. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. And so far through 1 quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a comfortable margin for the Spurs here, guys.
Great offensive energy in that period. They're clearly on a mission.
Can they keep up the pace? Who knows? But they're already in a great position to win the game.
Oh, my goodness.
How about that?
And this kind of 6 slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they play and a confidence they're not afraid to show. Here's Harden. We saw him with 19 his last time out. Pass to Simmons. Well, Grant, we know non-shooting big men can clog the paint. But if they know where to move off the ball, that certainly helps.
Yeah, you know, big men who know those circle actions, like flashing to the open spot when their man gives help, they often end up with easy looks inside.
San Antonio leading by 13. Now it's Hart, guarded by Miller. Unloads from 13. And San Antonio again with a bucket.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
To the paint. Harden surveying the D. They set the screen. From downtown, it's hauled in by Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got 5 rebounds in the game.
And after connecting twice from deep in the first quarter, he hasn't been able to drain another here in the second.
And there are the Spurs with another bucket.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
And guys, to go on a big run, get some breathing space, it has to be a great play on each end.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, Devin Vassell's progressing offensively. He said, I feel like the game has slowed down, just making the right reads. I know I can get to my spots. I just want to show that I'm an efficient scorer and a willing passer. I'm trying to be the best player that I can be.
Yeah, love that work ethic, Allie. Thanks. And for an up-and-coming San Antonio Spurs team, Grant, what's the key for them in your mind?
I'd have to say, B.A., that it's patience. You know, young guys need time to develop their game and learn from experience. You can't expect people to become stars overnight. And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
And Ty Lue has called a timeout. He wants to review the game plan. Well, Richard, it might be a long time before we see a player with the combination of Wembanyama's size and skill.
He changes every opponent's game plan, offensively and defensively. You've seen nothing like it, and we probably won't for a long time.
For San Antonio, Karis LeVert comes in for Vassell. And Fox is subbed in for Chris Paul. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Eubanks, he's checked in for Ben Simmons. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Jones. Norman Powell, he's checked in for Miller. And it's Bogdan Bogdanovic in for Mills. Eubanks with it. Wembanyama on him. Here's Powell. And Powell with the stuff.
Great job on the back end of the play.
Yep, finished with both hands, making sure of it. Here's Hart, driving inside. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
Pass to Eubanks. Back to Leonard. Outside Bogdanovic. Powell, a screen on LeVert. Clock at 6. Here's Bogdanovic. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. Since drafting Wembanyama, the Spurs have looked like a team that gets better every game, RJ.
And they're still so young. They're learning the intricacies of the game and how to play with each other. But you can tell things are coming together, and the future looks bright.
They're one of the more consistent scorers in the NBA. Bogdanovic is an asset for this team.
Bassie, he's checked in for San Antonio. Johnson comes in for Sohan. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Simmons is checked in. And Grant, the Clippers have strung together 13 straight winning seasons. But at the same time, it feels like they've left a lot on the table.
Yeah, with all their star power over that time, they've made it past the second round of the playoffs only once. And that fan base is restless.
Eubanks the screen. Baseline try. Yep, that one goes. Leonard's got his second basket on the night.
Yeah, the versatile scoring ability of Kawhi, whether long range, short range, mid range, he can do it all.
Here's Hart. Buried from 15 feet out.
Oh my, sinking yet another mid-range jumper.
And it's Powell with the ball for the Clippers. When this one's over, they'll be off to Charlotte as they take on the Hornets. That'll be the third stop of this 4-game trip. Now here's Eubanks. Tight defense on him. From the arc. And that's good. Norman Powell for 3. Powell's got 5 points in the quarter.
You want to run your offense through him, a reliable scoring option.
Left side Hart. And he drives in, and he gets it to go.
They're in strong position coming down the stretch, and he is a big reason why.
The Clippers have gotten 5 of 8 attempts to drop since the second began. Pass to Powell. Leonard for 3. Rebound by San Antonio. They're moving on after a tough loss they took at the hands of the Pacers.
It's just so difficult to win when you waste as many chances at the line as they did.
Oh, that is well said. They're being handed free points and just couldn't convert.
Rebounded by Fox. Outside Johnson. Pass to Hart. Fader on the way. And another one.
An elite talent already in just his rookie year. He's now third all-time for rookie point production.
He's showing elite level skill. Very uncommon to have this sort of talent right out of the gates. And so the San Antonio Spurs, a huge 24-point lead for them. And their defense has been able to bottle up James Harden, one of the league's elite scorers. And don't go far. We'll be right back.
Hey folks, first off, looking ahead to All-Star Weekend, let's see who's in the running to compete in the three-point contest.
Now that we're close to knowing who will be participating, some of these guys may be in the gym early and leaving late, shooting threes on a timer.
If you're not prepared, it's easy to look bad in this event.
Now let's talk about that lopsided first half. Obviously a lot of work to do for the Clippers.
They're getting steamrolled, giving up too many points in the paint.
And it's just not the rim protection. You have to stay in front of all ball handlers, or you'll get broken down and eaten alive.
Thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to head back.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. The Clippers shooting only 27% for today's game. Sohan and Wemby are the bigs. De'Aaron Fox is out there with Castle, and it's Hart in at the small forward position. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with. Castle, Sohan, the pass to Fox. Outside Hart. The turnaround. And James Harden pulls it down.
Now, I understand that shot didn't go down, but they will take that look every trip down the floor.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Obviously, everyone knows about the defense of Kawhi Leonard, but Grant, his shooting is overlooked.
Yeah, you know, he's at about 40% from three for his career. You combine that with his wing defense, you get a one-of-one player capable of carrying a team.
To the middle. Here's Powell. Rebounded by the Spurs.
That's not how you want to come out of the break. 3 straight misses. They need to settle in quick.
Hart from long range. Sinks it from distance. Hart's got 36 points.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Three-pointer, Harden. Sohan with a rebound.
An ominous start to the second half. They are now 0 for 4.
Here's Hart. Yes! And it's Wembanyama picking up the assist. Wembanyama's got 3 assists in the game. Harden, the pass to Bogdanovich. Back to Harden. Eubanks the screen. Powell outside. There's the triple. Knocks down the triple. Powell's got 8.
Well, they get 1 to drop. A little relief after 4 straight misses to start the half.
Powell against Hart. Takes it good. He hits again.
Well, there has been no slowing him down this year. He's scoring the ball with reckless abandon.
You know, after tonight, he's closing in on the 3rd most 40-point games in a single year.
And that would tie him with his heiress, Michael Jordan, who did it an incredible 37 times back in 1987.
Bogdanovich passes to Harden. Out to Leonard. Here's the 3. Rebounded by Fox.
It's clear he's totally out of sync. The team needs to rethink its strategy around what to do with him.
Okay, RJ, we all know how luck comes into play in the NBA. The Spurs have had great lottery luck.
Yeah, winning the first pick 3 times, drafting David Robinson, Tim Duncan, and Victor Wembanyama. I don't know, but I would be really upset if I was all of those other teams to miss out on those big guys.
Three-pointer, Harden. Rebound, San Antonio. Hart's got rebound number 5 here tonight. San Antonio shooting their initial free throws of the game here. First free throw is good. Simmons is checked in for the Clippers. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And Harden's got the ball here for the LA Clippers. Leonard with a screen on Vassell. Pass to Leonard. Here's Bogdanovich. And then Bogdanovich with the dunk.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot, but when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, you'll take it.
Shot's good by Hart.
It's been a dominant night for him, staying productive throughout.
Los Angeles has gone just 1 of 5 from three-point range here in the third quarter. Looking to get it going, and he lays it in. Leonard's got 6.
Oh, this is why you get Leonard the ball inside and just let him go to work.
Here's Hart, and he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
He can really read the floor. Precision pass in rhythm.
59 seconds left in the third quarter. And here's Simmons. Still without a bucket. Leonard finds Bogdanovich. And the foul on Chris Paul. That's his first foul of the game. Some changes for Los Angeles. Batum is checked in for Eubanks. Jones comes in for Bogdanovich. And Miller subbed in for Harden. Simmons against Paul. To the inside. Just 5 on the clock. Ooh, and Leonard throws it down.
Oh, the slam from Leonard. Love watching him finish with force.
Hart with it. What an incredible scoring display he's putting on tonight. Oh, another one falls.
Once again, he cannot be stopped.
It's incredible. He's nearing 2nd overall in career 50-point games and still going strong.
And chasing the incomparable Michael Jordan. I mean, that comparison alone gives you chills.
Jones with a screen on Paul. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
Fires from the wing. And so it's San Antonio with an almost surefire victory here, up 32 at the end of the quarter and dominating. And they've effectively guarded Kawhi Leonard all night. Not an easy task by any means. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
You've got to admire the vision just as much as the accuracy. Not many players can even spot that pass.
And with the fourth quarter so it's San Antonio easily grabbing this one. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen, but you've got to appreciate their masterful performance.
And I'm sure their fans appreciated it too. We saw the outstanding defense and a loaded offensive effort. They were just dominant out there.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Richard Jefferson, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. So long, everyone.
I didn't even know rookies could score like this. Good game, Anthony. They weren't even trying to win, so you better not lose. MP's about to tear it up.
Yo, I was thinking we hit that Korean barbecue spot after the game.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah,
Sounds
it's
legit, man.
It's open late, too. Hey, what's up? Everything good?
I'm guessing by the look on your face, you know what I'm here to talk about.
Somebody gonna fill me in?
Show him.
Fool, I know he didn't say that. About you? He about to unleash the dragon on that boy, I'm telling you.
Before we go unleashing any dragons, I would like you to seriously consider the impact your words will have on your teammates and the organization.
No. You just think about how your teammates are gonna love it when you call this dude out and you back it up.
You are an amazing player, clearly, MP. But some things don't work out that way.
They do if you're MP, okay? All due respect, Donna, my client right here knows how to compete.
Hey, just let her talk for a second, Patrick.
Okay, floor is yours.
Responding to something like this will put a target on your back. You are familiar with the concept of bulletin board material?
Of course.
Trash talk is fun. I get that. But when you make it public, it can fire up the other team. And it can anger your teammates if you can't back it up. You're a tremendous player, MP, but this is the NBA. Everyone is extremely talented, and some things don't work out the way you want them to.
Look. On the other hand, if you put that bozo in his place after calling your shot, that's something all teammates will love. Okay, look, I may not be in the NBA, but I understand the psychology of sports, okay?
And that's also true.
Thank you. So what are you gonna do, man?
Don't worry about it. I got this. I got it. You know I had to say something to him.
Man, standing on business.
You already know, yes, sir.
Not what I would have done, but you are your own person. I just hope for everyone's sake, you can back it up.
It's not an issue, Donna. I got this.
If we lose, I don't want to see even one photo of the two of you at Korean barbecue. The optics would be horrible. Are we clear?
Yeah. MP, man. You sure you got this?
Don't even worry about it, man. You know I got this. All right, man.
Show night tonight.
Everything okay tonight? How's that back feel?
I'm good, Burn. How about you, man? Squad on point tonight?
Yeah, I'm the usual aches and pains, but nothing I can't handle, of course. I'm a little more nervous than usual, though.
Oh, yeah? Why's that?
That tonight means more than most. I can't stand those guys.
I ain't never seen Burn all riled up. I thought you loved everybody, man.
I do, but my first training job was over there. And without getting into a long story, it didn't work out.
Man, I thought you had been here your whole career.
I landed here. I'm happy. But I do have a long memory.
Say no more. I'll make sure I put these chumps in their place, man. You already know.
I appreciate that, MP.
Got you.
Get after it, MP.
and going through their pregame warm-ups, trying to get loose and focused here before tip. Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the NBA live on 2K Sports. I'm Brian Anderson, here with Grant Hill. We should see some great ball movement with these two teams, Grant. Fantastic group of passers on each side.
They're just so unselfish. They play for one another. You can see how it keeps the whole team involved. And I'll tell you what, I just love watching teams that can pass like this.
And we've heard from MP himself how much a rivalry game means to him. He knows the history of this franchise as well as any of the diehard fans.
Well, MP and his team know how important these games are and how much a win in a game like this means to the fans. So far, they've taken care of business, but still have plenty of these rivalry games left. MP's got to be on his A game. Rivalry games are hard enough as it is.
Now the starting group for San Antonio. Sohan and Wemby are the bigs. De'Aaron Fox is out there with Castle, and it's Hart in at small forward. Grant, it's hard not to dwell on the fact that MP has moved past Jordan's total. The 86-87 season, he had 3,041 points. That was MJ's highest scoring season ever.
As much of a killer instinct as Jordan had, MP may be even more driven. He doesn't just want to win. He wants to do maximum damage. I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
DeRozan against Hart. Off target from the wing.
You won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
On the wing, Murray. Sohan covering. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Levine for 3. Rebound by San Antonio.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Stan, it feels like the hardest part of team building is getting a superstar. The Spurs have one.
Well, they sure do, B.A. San Antonio was retooling for a few years, and then they won that 2023 lottery and draft Victor Wembanyama, a superstar, and now it's about surrounding him with the right guy.
And the bucket is good. Hart's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Love to see that kind of activity. He just makes things happen.
The Kings have gone 1 of 5 to start things off. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played so far. And Sabonis slams it in.
Oh, the guy is a monster around the rim. Now, if Sabonis is in close, he's going right for it.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Well, prime time in their last time out against the Nets delivered in a major way. He tallied 21 points, and he made the defense look helpless as he piled on the points, continuing what has been a solid stretch of games for him. Will we see more of the same here tonight? We'll see. Back to you.
Outstanding, thanks. Impressive ability to carry his team to victory, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., I was really impressed. They wouldn't have won the game if it wasn't for his attacking mindset and will to win.
Yeah, and we're likely to see them go to him early on, see if he can't replicate that performance.
Spurs lead by 9. From 12 feet, and that one falls. His 5th basket in 7 tries.
They're really working the paint now.
And here in the first quarter, a little over 3.5 minutes played. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Down low. Here's DeRozan. They grab their own miss. Murray for 3. Can't hit it. He's 0 for 2 now. And so it's Hart with it. He brings it up for the Spurs. Last time they met in San Antonio.
Hey, their activity on defense was terrific. It was just full effort at that end of the floor and a bunch of blocks to show for it.
Well, they did have some impressive numbers blocking shots, and I like their defensive game plan.
Kings trail by 13. DeRozan passes to Sabonis. DeRozan outside. Sabonis with a screen on Wembanyama. Here's DeRozan. Sacramento again missing.
Yeah, not at his most efficient this quarter. He's got to work on finding high percentage shots.
Plenty of daylight on that shot. Hart's got 15.
Well, he's just dominating right now. If his teammates are smart, they'll keep getting him the ball.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. DeRozan can't get that one to fall.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
Shot's good by Hart.
Keep getting him the ball. He's been a huge part of this offense.
DeRozan against Wembanyama. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama. First trip to the line for him here. That one's off. And the second free throw is good. And San Antonio has possession. Hart from long range. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so the San Antonio Spurs leading by 17 at the end of the period. They hold a real solid lead right now. Love their approach tonight. More 2K action in just a moment. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a comfortable margin for the Spurs here, guys.
Well, it looks like hitting the boards hard was an emphasis of their attack. They knew how valuable it was to do so.
Yeah, we're not surprised by this. These guys work hard, and they are physical.
We've got Zach LaVine. Markelle Fultz is out there with Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Carter in at the 2. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Kings.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. You must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible. And defensively, that's just not going to cut it.
And the former #1 overall pick in 2017. Obviously, Markelle Fultz had some upside, Coach.
Yeah, Brian, unfortunately, people tend to judge you by what your draft position was. The bottom line is, this guy is a solid player, a good rebounder and playmaker. He can score in the paint, and he just continues to get better.
Outside Hart. Over LaVine. And the shot is good. Dropping in off the front of the rim. Hart's got 6 here in the quarter.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Inside. Here's Valanciunas. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Well, Grant, when the money's on the line, the mid-range is still a big part of the elite player's game.
You're right, B.A. And really, it comes down to touch, obviously. And size certainly helps. And then the savvy and balance to create that space.
And he knocks down the first one.
The veteran big man Valanciunas continues to be a solid rotational piece, a nightly double-double threat who enjoys throwing his weight around.
Sabonis, he's checked in for Sacramento. Ellis comes in for Carter. Bassie, he's checked in for San Antonio. Paul comes in for LeVert. Stan, you've always been known as the style police. We're used to seeing the home team in white, but you look around the league now, there's a lot more variety.
Yeah, and that's before you even get to the neon shoes some of these guys are wearing. The NBA palette, Brian, has gotten a lot more adventurous.
Kings trail by 18. Folds, passes to Sabonis. Here's Ellis. Back to Sabonis. And there's the rejection. Outside Hart. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Hart's got 27 points. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Spurs.
Well, their defense has been really impressive, especially the number of blocks they've managed to get. It's not easy to keep denying guys at the rim.
You know, they've also been very effective at running the floor. Just a ton of points in the fast break. It's been a big part of their success.
Fires from deep. They get the rebound. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. That's 29 for him.
This run has been fueled by their Matador defense.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
The G League is on the rise these days. About half of NBA players have some G League experience, and it's especially valuable for rookies. Spurs coach Greg Popovich said it's a lot better to go down there and get 30 minutes than to sit on the bench and be the 12th guy. Brian, it makes sense.
Makes perfect sense. San Antonio shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. And Sacramento with some changes. Jones comes in for Jonas Valanciunas. And DeMar DeRozan is subbed in for Levine. And he sinks the second. And so it's Fultz who brings it up for Sacramento. DeRozan outside. Pass to Sabonis. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wembanyama. And we have to take another look at that block.
Oh my, and that was textbook defense, positioning himself well to send it back.
Here's DeRozan. Spurs lead by 21. Coach, when you watch Wemby, it's not the height that jumps out. It's the way he moves with that height.
Yeah, Brian, I've been around the NBA a long time, and you think you've seen it all. But when you see someone with Wembanyama's size and the things he can do, his ball handling, his shooting range, the way he moves, blocking shots, this guy is one of a kind.
Feels like he's emerging as the face of the NBA soon.
I think that's what we all expect.
Pass to Ellis. Now Jones. There's 57 seconds left in the second quarter.
Well, he just doesn't have it right now. It's as simple as that. And his team is struggling as a result.
And they blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance at another one at the stripe. You know, Grant, you talk to scouts about Stephon Castle. They just feel like this guy's a winner.
Well, certainly we saw that at Connecticut. Now, as a freshman, he was a key piece in their title run. He actually turned up his game in the tournament, and that's rare for any freshman.
Keegan Murray's checked in for Sacramento. Zach LaVine comes in for Fultz.
One shot.
You love the frame and the length Castle brings to the guard position.
Sacramento has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Outside Murray. Pass to Levine. 34 seconds left in the first half. Sabonis' shot is off.
Now, he hasn't been great this quarter. The coaches need to try to figure out a way to get him going.
And it's good for 2. Hart's got 36 points.
Well, he's been in total control offensively, and the defense has had no answers.
DeRozan, and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
Yeah, look, if I'm his coach, I'm going to get him involved in another way. Set a screen, get an assist, something to reset his mind a little bit.
Looking to end the run. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. DeRozan's got 5 now. And so it's San Antonio cruising into the next quarter with a 30-point advantage. The hustle they've shown on defense has been tremendous. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this.
Hello, everybody. Maybe a bit of a surprise in this one, but what a fantastic first half we witnessed for the San Antonio Spurs.
While it's been a stampede in transition, they'll run it right down your throat if you let them.
I'm going to do something I haven't done in a while. I'm going to give you.
Let's look now and see how teams stack up across the league. It's our latest power rankings.
When I look at San Antonio, they're the best team in the league, and they know it. When you're the biggest dog, throw that muscle around, keep the rest of the pack in line.
Listen, nobody should be surprised by how they're playing. This team is loaded.
That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's send you over to Brian Anderson with the third period.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. So on the floor for the Spurs, Sohan and Wemby are the bigs. Castle is out there with De'Aaron Fox, and it's Hart in at the 3. Pass to Murray. Kept alive. Hart against Levine. Shot clock at 5. No problems knocking that one down. Levine's gotten his first basket of the night.
Yeah, the mid-range shot is not a lost start for Levine. He's a very skilled guy in that area.
And there it is for him.
He is the story for them offensively, and a big reason why they're ahead.
Outside Murray. Back to Levine. Over Castle. Rebounded by Castle. Levine's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Here's Hart. Again, the Spurs score.
And there's some nice chemistry on offense. They're just taking what the defense allows.
Outside Murray. Here's Ellis. He's covered by Fox. Murray's shot is good.
Yeah, this is the kind of confidence you love seeing. Murray not thinking twice at all about firing away.
Here's Hart. Using his post moves to get the 2 points. Hart's got 44.
Well, they wouldn't be in the position they're in without his contribution. He has tormented this defense tonight.
Back to Levine. Pass to Sabonis. Stan, you've coached some great defensive anchors in your time. Who do you view as the best in the game today?
Oh! Wow! Well, that's the multi-time dunk contest champ, Zach LaVine, reminding us of what he can do.
There's the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, capturing the moment. Here's Hart. Zach LaVine clears it away.
Yeah, there's really no excuse for missing that one. That's just a blown opportunity.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Well, De'Aaron Fox, the inaugural 2023 Clutch Player of the Year, he said, quote, "You can't be afraid to fail. Obviously, you're not going to make every shot, but my team puts me in position to succeed, so the least I can do is have...
Changes for Sacramento. Jones, he's checked in for Murray. Carter comes in for DeRozan. And it's Markelle Fultz in for Zach LaVine. A few possessions into the fourth. Just over a minute played. Hart goes in, and down it goes. Jam that one home.
Doing more work in the painted area. He has really excelled inside.
Here's Fultz. We've got Markelle Fultz. And it's Jones in at the four-man position. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Fultz can't get it to go.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Oh, there's the alley. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
I mean, it seems like you could throw it up to Wembanyama on every offensive possession, and he'll slam it home.
And so it's Fultz who brings it up for the Kings. Sabonis with a screen on Fox. Here's Fultz. Here's Sabonis. Oh, rejected by Wembanyama. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. And the fans love seeing incredible moments on defense like that block.
Oh, amazing indeed. And getting stops like that only encourages them to keep attacking on the offensive end.
So we see the Spurs taking the W here. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, B.A. It was in enemy territory, but they controlled the game and took the crowd completely out of it. That's how you win on the road.
And that'll do it, folks. Alongside Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.
Great win tonight, MP.
Nice work, MP. I'm going to sleep like a baby tonight.
Shout out my dog MP, man, giving the people what they want, man. Talking a little crazy, giving a little hot sauce, and still talking trash at the same time. I salute you.
Fans we've seen yet. Make sure you disappoint them.
About to tear the roof off.
Facing one of the heavyweights tonight.
Terrell, what's up, my man? How's it doing?
There he is. MP, how you feeling tonight? You ready to drop 40 on these fools?
You already know. Whatever it takes, man.
Good, because I need this one bad.
Oh, yeah? Why's that?
I don't like him.
What?
I'm from there. You didn't know that?
I didn't know that. Sorry about that.
It's all good, but if we lose tonight, I'm going to hear from my sister, my brother-in-law, my nephew, my auntie, even my mom.
You already know I know. We can't have that.
No, you can't.
All right, well, let me go out here and take care of that. I'll see you after the game, my man.
That's it.
See you.
The Timberwolves were all business as they came through the tunnel, determined to give their fans a reason to celebrate tonight. It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Minnesota Timberwolves going up against the San Antonio Spurs. Two of the dominant teams, Greg, out here in the Western Conference going head-to-head.
And, Kevin, they know each other well. They expect to meet potentially in the postseason, and I would expect a playoff atmosphere tonight.
And as the conversations swirl around MP, one of those, of course, is how vocal MP has been about these rivalry games he plays in. His goal is to win each and every one of them.
And for MP and this team, they love outdoing their rivals. It's been extra sweet for them and their fans. We've seen some barn burners with MP leading the charge. This is a confident team right now. Tonight, another opportunity for what would be a huge win this season.
And the starting group for the Spurs. Sohan is the 4 with the lengthy Wembanyama playing the 5. De'Aaron Fox out there with Castle. And it's Hart in at the 3 spot. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
I had a chance to catch up with Chris Finch. Now, I asked him the approach they're going to take with De'Aaron Fox, and Coach said that Fox's speed is the big challenge. He said, we're dealing with maybe the fastest player in the league, so we've got to be high energy at the defensive end. They know they have their work cut out for them. Kevin?
Thanks, David. When Naz Reid is out there, Clark, spacing the floor is a real asset for him.
For sure, and, you know, he really puts a lot of pressure on the defense because he can score from anywhere on the floor, and he's got great size and strength. And he does the little things, too. I mean, you look at his points and rebounds, but this guy gets deflections. He goes after loose balls. He gets you extra possessions on the glass. He steps in and takes – I mean, he does all the little and big things.
Unloads from 13. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
You know, it's encouraging to see Randall working on this shot. You can tell he wants to get better from there.
McDaniels against Hart. No coverage that time. Hart's got 8.
Only 1 miss in the first 5 attempts, clearly feeling it.
Randall outside. Launches a 3. Wembanyama with the rebound. The Spurs have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Here's Hart. Rebound, Minnesota. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, They just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Well, the cohesiveness was evident out there. These guys feel like they can win in any arena, and they proved it that game.
That one goes in.
Oh, nice setup by Wembanyama. On top of everything else, this guy has an incredible IQ.
Randall outside. Pass to McDaniels. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
The perfect lob partner, Wembanyama with elite hand-eye coordination.
And so it's Minnesota with it. Their last meeting was in this building where they were able to come out on top.
Yeah, it was a narrow win. But in that last meeting, I think foul trouble for the other side may have really just tipped the scale and allowed them to escape with the W.
Whether it was their smart play or a few whistles that perhaps could have gone either way, when games are tight, every decision becomes more magnified.
Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Randall passes to Reed, and Reed throws it down.
Once Reed saw he had room, he went right up with authority.
San Antonio leading by 7. Here's Hart driving the lane. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime.
And why not? A little salt in the wound. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys reeling and on the ropes.
Now DiVincenzo. He had 16 points in the win against the Heat in Miami. A shot by McDaniels, no good.
Yeah, they're losing in large part because he's not playing well. It's really as simple as that.
When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
Well, they're doing everything right. How about that? I mean, this could turn into a blowout very quickly.
Randall down low. Sohan's there. Reed with a screen on Fox. DiVincenzo can't hit it. Now here's Hart. We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Spurs lead by 11. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And, the Spurs have been rolling right along, haven't they?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And, their rebounding advantage has been glaring, simply outworking them on the boards for that entire first quarter.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. LeVert out there with Devin Vassell. And it's prime time. Then it's Johnson. And it's Mamu Kelishvili in at the 5. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin. Well, prime time in the last game against Sacramento played superb basketball. He scored 46 points, and he was efficient out there. An amazing performance. Probably we won't see a night like that anytime soon. Kevin?
Thank you, David. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
Yeah, every night's different. They may try to double him, might force him to adjust, or force him to make plays with the pass instead. We'll see.
Shannon rejected by Hart. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And just feeding the open man. Nice recognition there from Vassell.
Greg, you know this. Getting that second contract is a major goal for young players in the NBA, like Devin Vassell.
And Devin did, signing a huge 5-year extension in 23. He ended up having his finest year after inking that deal. Vassell has a very bright future.
Here's Hart. Plays it up and banks it in. Hart's got 26.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Shannon, no good.
Guys, this hasn't been his quarter. I mean, to me, he just doesn't look completely comfortable or confident.
Hart, no good.
And that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect. That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Timberwolves trail by 19. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Three-pointer connects from three-point range. Hart's got 31 points.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. And eventually, every player, GA, has to grapple with age, realizing they've lost a step or two against the young fellas. And sometimes that is a very slow realization.
Oh, it is, Kevin. Hopefully, by that point, it's less about financial security and more about prolonging the inevitable, simply for the love of the game.
DiVincenzo kicks to McDaniels. Randall down low to stop the run. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Here's Hart. And the layup falls. Hart's got 33 points. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Spurs.
How about the ferocity we have seen from them on defense? I mean, they're looking to contest every shot that goes up.
Another big component of their game early on has been their execution on the fast break. They're getting a bunch of easy baskets, pushing it in transition.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
No one near Randall as he lets it go. Randall can't get that one to fall.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
And the Timberwolves call time here. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Mike Conley. And San Antonio also making a switch. Gassel's checked in. And Randall has got the ball here for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Nuggets at Ball Arena in Denver. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Pass to Alexander Walker. And here's Randall, 4 on the shot clock. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Alexander Walker with the ball. His last outing, he had 8 points. A floater, got a piece of it. In transition, here comes San Antonio. From the arc, and he trains the three. Good-looking shot there from Hart. Hart's got 38 points.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
And so it's San Antonio, up by 33 points as the buzzer sounds. A huge lead for them. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. And we'll be right back after this.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming games.
And that game against the Nuggets, they'll have the advantage coming in, but it's not like they're infallible. I mean, no one is.
Yeah, I mean, on paper, it's a favorable matchup, but the game, last time I checked, is played on hardwood. Now we'll take a look back at that first half. What an all-around performance it was for the Spurs.
Their offense may get...
And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Really an incredible game from primetime.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
Yeah, you know what? The defense is going to adjust. They'll be ready for him now, so I'm sure they talked a lot about how to slow him down.
They've got Reed. McDaniels is out there with Randall. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1 spot. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
He's certainly been their go-to guy when it matters most. He's trying to close this one out.
Hart's got a sensational number from outside, shooting 5 of 6 from deep. And for De'Aaron Fox, his three-point shooting, Greg, has come a long way.
In his rookie season, he only shot 30% on 2 attempts per game. But his volume and efficiency have both gone way up. And it's made him much more dangerous offensively.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. You asked Greg Popovich about Victor Wembanyama, and he says Victor's a different player. He's got talents, and you don't want to take that out of him. I tried to do that with Manu Ginobili, and I learned my lesson. Just shut up and let him play. Victor does some amazing things. His game is all-encompassing. Kevin?
That's a great way to put it, D.A. It is all-encompassing. Wembanyama is 1 of 1. Hey, thank you for the report.
Boy, excellent recognition from Fox. They're outstanding at recognizing when his guys are open.
Alexander Walker passes to DiVincenzo. Pass to Randall. And nothing is falling for him right now.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
And the basket by Castle.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Here's DiVincenzo. Hasn't made one yet. Randall left side. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. A different look now for San Antonio. Mamu Kelishvili is checked in. And it's Vassell in for Castle. Here's San Antonio. They're rolling here with a 9-point run. Here's Hart. Sinks the three-pointer. Hart's got 48.
Oh, it's scary because he's just been a matchup nightmare in this game. He's eaten up anybody they've thrown at him.
Alexander Walker passes to McDaniels. Can't hit from in close.
He's been ice cold tonight. And, you know, you look at the scoreboard, guys, they really could have used his contributions.
Here's Hart. And got it. Another basket. That gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
Pass to Alexander Walker. Now here's Reed. He's tightly guarded. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And with those points, he's able to stop a 15-0 run by San Antonio.
Hart against McDaniel.
And I tell you what, he is one guy you do not stand in the way of when he decides to attack the basket.
1:32 left in the third quarter. For Minnesota, they've gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. Pass to Randall. Looking to end his cold spell, and the layup is up and in. Randall's got his third basket of the night.
Randall's got an unorthodox game, but he's got a good, strong upper body, which makes him a very consistent scorer inside.
Hart, that's good.
Wow. What can you say?
The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Reed with a screen on Hart. To the middle. Stolen away. Sohan with the ball. Now defended by Randall. Here's Hart. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
And Randall has got the ball here for Minnesota. Pass to Reed. Here's DiVincenzo. Randall with the ball. Defended by Sohan. Fires it up. Randall no good.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Good, another from 3.
And his flame throwing continues. He's having a season for the ages.
And he's approaching the 4th most three-point makes in a season. DiVincenzo, the bounce pass. Alexander Walker passes to McDaniels. Here's Randall. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. And so it's San Antonio, able to put on a show for the ages. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlight.
Every team had an enforcer, but that is a rare breed, it seems, in today's game.
Yeah, that's a good observation by you, I think, Kevin. I mean, a lot of teams had more than one enforcer back in the early 80s when I was playing. There's less physicality in general in the NBA today. And I think that's why you see fewer enforcers, and there's a much greater premium on skill level than the enforcement component that existed in the early 80s and maybe a little beyond that.
And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
MP, you the man. I can't wait to go to the family reunion.
Solid effort tonight on both ends.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make.
Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with